Welcome to Stock Therapy with Penny Queen. Today I have Stephen Scott, a consultant with CISO Global. And Stephen, I just wanted to have you on because I saw an article come out about the S1 and it was really poorly worded. And I wanted you to just be able to take a minute and explain to people what the S1 is, when you have to file it, and how they got the numbers that they got on their article.
Sure. As you know, the company's been looking for a capital partner for quite some time and was very fortunate to find a very shareholder-friendly relationship and structure a transaction with B. Riley as the investor themselves, not just serving as our investment bank. And the reason why the company entered into this transaction is it provides the company with the ability and control on when they take on capital from B. Riley. So B. Riley committed $15 million. They would be willing to invest $15 million into the company today. Obviously, the company has stated that they don't have an interest in taking that size of investment with our share price currently where it is. As far as the filing of the S1, as I'm sure you're aware, that's a requirement with the SEC anytime a financial transaction or securities transaction is done. And it's a requirement to put in the maximum possible number of shares that could be sold under that S1. So as you may be aware, the part of the flexibility of the B. Riley transaction is it does not have a cap, meaning if the stock price goes to 100, we can sell them stock at 100, right? But it does have a floor, and that floor is 40 cents. So if you do the quick math, right, of the 15,625,000, right, potential shares that they might be able to buy if the company elected to sell it to them, and you divided that by 40 cents a share, that's how you get to a 39,600 or 62,500 number of shares. So it's a little convoluted, it's a little complicated, it's clearly misleading. Obviously, there's media outlets that seek to scrape the web for or scrape public filings and get news out as fast as possible. But that's the math. That would be the worst case scenario, which is what's required for the S1 of how much stock, the maximum amount of stock the company would be asked to sell. In this transaction, if the company, for whatever reason, decided to sell all 15,625,000 shares to B. Riley at 40 cents a share, they could in fact do that. Clearly, B. Riley the company has no interest in doing that. Clearly, at this time, at least that's what they've stated. Again, I think it speaks to the flexibility of the structure that the company was able to negotiate with B. Riley as their capital partner. I know the company is excited to have them as a long-term capital partner. Hopefully, the company will have an opportunity to sell them stock at much higher prices. But this is just one of those cases where a little bit of information can be potentially very misleading because I can certainly understand. They see that and I'm like, wait a minute, we're not selling 39 million shares to anybody, let alone B. Riley or anyone else. But so hope that's helpful. Happy to answer any other questions you have.
No, it's very helpful. I read the title and I thought, wow, that it's very clickbaity, but to understand that is the absolute maximum in a situation where the company were to borrow or to take on all 15 million. And I know that the company's already stated, I think it said 2.5, maybe 2.5 million on a first draw, something very similar to that. And which was very, very clearly stated what they're going to do with it. Looking at the deal that was done with B. Riley, it is very favorable, in my view, to CISO not having a cap. having CISO control how much they take. Most of these deals, I know a lot of viewers are used to seeing them, but I don't think they know that most of them, you strike a deal with a company for 8 million, you have to take that entire 8 million. Like they're typically structured in the favor of the capital partner, and this not having a cap on it. So am I right in thinking if you were at $10 a share, that $10 million would cost a million shares?
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's really why the company took its time to find the right capital partner and the right structure, because clearly, with the share price where it is and where we believe the value of the company is and where it's going, with all of the changes to the company's balance sheet, which we view are very positive. The company wanted to be in a position as it continues to grow, as software sales continue to ramp up, that we wanted to be in a position where we had our capital partner in place, where we were able to communicate that to the marketplace. One other thing that that is important is that the company believes that with having this investment secured with B. Riley, or this agreement in place with B. Riley, that the going concern issue that's been will be resolved either in the third or fourth quarter, or hopefully in the near future, because it's has proven access to capital, right? And so not just is our balance sheet not only is the company's balance sheet more significantly improved, but we view that as an additional benefit to our shareholders, to the company's shareholders, that the going concern will go away, and again, I think it was the strength of the balance sheet and the improvement that the company continues to see that's really put the company in a position to be able to structure a transaction that is so favorable. As you say, most of the time investors hold all the cards, and they tend to negotiate, very investor friendly terms that may not be so shareholder friendly. But B. Riley is shown themselves to be a very positive and favorable relationship and clearly will have long-term, faith and belief in the growth of this business, and they want to support it. So, you know,
Yeah, I think it says a lot, their willingness to put in that much money, even though the company's not looking to take that much. I think that really says a lot. But as far as being a retail investor, I know one of the issues that the company has had in the market is people attacking because they saw weakness in the balance sheet, and now that weakness is gone, and you have the security of those funds being available to really take that, going past like a going concern. It puts a company in a better position where those predatory lenders aren't going to try and push your stock price down and say, hey, you want money now. It's just a non-issue, and having a major company come in and offering that much is great. Not needing it is even better. So
well, fortunately, I think the company seems to be in that position, and we're really looking forward to being able to fund some growth. I know that Dave and his executive team are very focused on creating a budget for some of those funds that are going to create an ROI, where they spend money to make money. As you're aware, we have tremendous relationships. The company has tremendous relationships within the insurance channel. There's a lot of things that I think the company would like to do to support those efforts. That during this transitionary time where the focus is on cleaning up the balance sheet, as we shifted from a pure services business to a software business, we just weren't able to support. But now with a clean balance sheet, and this relationship with B. Riley, that gives the company the flexibility to be intelligent about the way they budget their capital and make sure that they are getting a proper ROI to the benefit of all shareholders. So, it's an exciting time, and look forward to seeing what comes next.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, and especially thank you for taking my call on such short notice. I I thought you would be a really good person to talk to, especially with your history with the company and knowledge, especially on the banking side. So thank you for being available, and I can't wait to see what the next few months will
Great.